Hello guys, it's Charjr Ryuki here, and welcome back to Tiers 9-10. We're gonna keep on going with the story here. Here's Jisoo. She looks concerned. Even Seonji. Don't throw up on the floor. I'll try not to. I feel everyone looking at me, and I continue talking. From that day on, I met Yeonji daily. The weather started to become cold. Yeonji ate at my house, and I taught her to play the piano like she wanted. And I asked around about Yeonji's father, but it was no use. I actually didn't know what I should do. I couldn't ask the police or report him as a missing person. That's when I realized for the first time that this world that we live in is supported by only a limited number of laws. People talk about fulfilling our duties as human beings, but they act like it's natural that people who don't have legal rights are treated inhumanely. Thanks to Yeonji, I learned about other groups of illegal immigrants. I didn't find out until later that Yeonji's finger was in a factory accident. Of course, she didn't have anything like accident compensation insurance. She said she quit working at the factory because it was difficult to work without her finger. She only managed to receive treatment because some of the people in her neighborhood took her to the hospital after she came home. But they couldn't reattach her finger. There are factories that hire illegal immigrants. They were pretty well known in that area. It was only natural that there were gangs to take advantage of. These unprotected immigrants. For a while, some of the gang members chased Yeonji. She had to avoid the police as well as the gangs. I couldn't believe that such a small girl was living in such a bad environment. I realized again how shameless and immoral people can be. How awful. I don't think people should be obliged to help each other. It shouldn't be an obligation. But these people were taking advantage of a little girl, a 14-year-old, just because she wasn't protected by the law. And they wouldn't be punished by the law even if they hurt her. They didn't deserve to be called human. I thought about it, how about many people in Korea could be so shameless and immoral. Yeonji received only 200,000 won per month from the factory. The most that any factory would pay was around 300,000 won. She worked from 7 in the morning to 9 at night. It was hard work, difficult for a child to perform, and she was paid very little. Because she wasn't good at the work and her efficiency wasn't improving due to her missing finger, the jerks at the factory probably had children of their own. Some of them probably had daughters around Yeonji's age, but all they could think about was paying as little as possible, even after seeing that she was missing a finger. Taehook? Yes? My finger. This way. Do you think it'll be difficult for me to become a pianist? No, I don't. Oh. Just don't give up. We can do anything in any situation as long as we don't give up. Okay. I smile at Yeonji. Taehook, teach me the piano. Yeonji smiles brightly and comes towards me. It's already been over a month since I started taking care of Yeonji. She has become much brighter and healthier. Haran has taken care of her a lot, and I'm grateful, but above all, Yeonji herself is also trying to stay optimistic. Okay, let's start today's lesson. Okay. I've been teaching Yeonji to play the piano for a while. I started taking piano lessons in middle school as a hobby. I've kept practicing on the piano at my home, and it's not difficult for me to teach a beginner. Okay, let's begin practicing. Okay, look at the score. You can read it now, right? Then tell me the names of the notes for the right hand on the score. Okay, G G, E G, A, F A, G G, E, G D. Yunji begins playing the piano. Good. I'm not going to repeat that. Just going to listen. Yunji begins playing the piano. Yeehaw! Pretty good. She's smart. She's learning. It's pretty. You gotta think about it. It's actually pretty good for someone who only has 9 digits. Okay, he only has 9 digits. That's pretty good, especially for a 14-year-old. Well done. Now, how about we play it? Okay. Here, try playing it slowly. It's okay to make mistakes. Okay. Begins playing the piano again. I played the whole song. Well done, you were great. I see your right hand tremble as she plays. But Yunji finishes playing the whole song. Not having an index finger means more than just a missing digit. It takes away the hand's balance and grip. But I couldn't tell her such things. I tell her only that she can overcome it with effort. I also tell her that there is a pianist with only 9 fingers. Of course, I've never heard of such a pianist. But Yonji, yes, what's important from now on is that you put your emotions into the songs you play. Oh, emotions? Yes, emotions. For example, if I play without any emotion, I play the piano without any emotion. It sounds like this, right? Yes. But if I use my emotions and put them into the songs I play, the same song sounds like this, with a lot of emotions. That sounds a little different, like he has a different others. But wow, Teok, that was amazing. It sounds like a completely different song. It does if you have an extra, like trumpets and whatnot, but okay. You can play it like this too if you use your emotions. Wow, that was wonderful. It does sound actually pretty good. You really took good care of her. I taught Yonji for 2 hours every day, but she couldn't learn properly. She couldn't use her right hand very well, and the biggest problem was that I didn't know how to teach her to play the piano with 9 fingers, because I have 10 fingers myself. I have 10 fingers, so I couldn't teach the piano to a girl with 9 fingers. She hardly made any progress, and she had to work every day. So I thought the lessons might actually be a burden to her. I thought it would be of greater help to help her if I used the time to feed her something nutritious or giving her a warm place to sleep. One day I asked Yunji if she really wanted to be a pianist and what she needed to become a pianist. Yunji. Yes? Is it your dream to become a pianist? Yes. Yunji smiles at me. Ah, but this is really helping you. Is this really helping you, Yunji? I gather my thoughts and slowly begin to speak. Yunji, what do you think you need to become a pianist? It might be a cruel question for her. What do you guys think? What do you guys think you need to become a pianist? I ask and I look at Seonji and Jisoo. The two hesitate for a moment, then Jisoo speaks up in her usual voice. Well, talent, effort, and suitable circumstances for study. Yes, that's right. I didn't look at Seonji. Taehok, you didn't tell her she needs 10 fingers, did you? Seonji asked anxiously. It was what I had expected to hear from Yeonji. A dream. A dream? Yes. I think it's the most important thing. Without a dream, we can't try hard or think about achieving anything. Oh, right. She's right. Why am I so impressed by such a simple, obvious answer? A dream. The most important thing is to have a dream. But as I get older, I've stopped thinking about dreams. I think about my circumstances, talent, money. Yunji is able to answer the question so easily, but what have I been thinking? Have I forgotten the most basic things as I got older? She was a good kid, always strong and good-natured. We hardly saw her disappointed or crying. Oh, she was disappointed once. When? Oh, unfortunately, the factory she worked in went bankrupt. She wasn't even paid properly, but there was nothing she could do. She missed out on receiving around 1 million won from the factory. They told her they had no money and paid her only half the monthly wage. When the factory closed down, Yeonji received no compensation and couldn't claim any rights. But Taehyuk spent the time with her. I think she was really happy. I'm thirsty. There's no more beer left. I began to drink the soju that Seonji has brought. I go into the amusement park with Yeonji. Um, this place, wow. Once we get in the amusement park, she can't stop exclaiming in surprise. I think about my conversation with Harun. Spend the whole day with Yeonji. My dad gave me these tickets. I don't have time to go because of the student council meeting, so you have to go, okay? Yeonji is probably very upset about the factory. Make sure she has fun. I will, thanks. Sorry, I do want to go too, but I have too much stuff to do. Sorry. That's what I should be saying to you. You're really clever with the words. I'm a magician of language. How about becoming a magician for Yeonji for a day? I'll do that. On the day I planned to go to the music part with Yeonji, I got trapped at school and barely managed to escape. By the time we arrived at the amusement park, it was growing dark. Tail, what is all of this? Oh, this is, well, huh? They're rides. Do you like rides? Rides. Oh, rides, yes. When I was with my sister, we used to. Yeonji's face clouded over and I immediately changed the subject. We're going to have lots of fun today, so let's go. Taehyuk, it is a weekday and there aren't many people. I take Yeonji's hand and walk around the park going on rides and looking at the sights. I take photos of Yeonji with the camera that Harun lent me. Yeonji is smiling. She always smiles in front of me, but it's really the first time that she looks like she's enjoying herself. Yeonji was filled with worry before she came to the park. She was worried that maybe, if she stepped in such a place, someone would find out that she was an illegal immigrant. She jumps in fear when she sees some of the guides inside the amusement park, dressed in official-looking uniforms. It makes my heart ache. Night falls. Wow, the time went too quickly. It did, didn't it? I guess it's time to go home now. Yeonji says as she looks at me. She must be pulling herself back. We can stay a little longer, but she probably thinks it's night and I should go home now. And brought up the topic of going home without insisting that she wants to stay. No, no. We have to see the parade. Yeonji is very good at Korean, but occasionally she doesn't understand. It's something for us to watch. People wear masks and dance. Oh, yes, I know what it is. I've seen a parade with my sister before. People wearing lion masks and playing music. I'm not sure, but I think she's talking about a Chinese festival. It might be similar. Let's go and wait for it. Okay. Really good with the artwork here. Really catches her surprise and her enthusiasm here. Pretty good. The night parade. The parade is held at the amusement park at night. People in colorful costumes put on a street performance along the brightly lit streets. Yeonji and I wait for the parade in silence. Taehyuk, there are so many people. They must all be here to see the parade. I think so too. Wow, there's something bright coming here. It must be the parade. Where? Oh, you're right. The parade slowly begins. You're so cute. From the other end of the street, laser lights embroider the sky. Yeonji is watching in excitement. She looks as if she's seeing heaven, something that doesn't exist in this world. Are you sure? Pretty sure it does. From my experience, I'm pretty sure it does. I look at Yeonji, fascinated by the parade, and let out a sigh of relief. She needed to relax like this. I wanted to do this for her. This is the least I could do for her. Lost in these thoughts, I look at the night sky, the parade, then back at Yeonji. Yeonji is now crying. Kind of feel sorry for the girl. Screw that. I feel sorry for her. I am surprised. I wonder what she saw to make her cry, and look in the same direction at the parade. The Chinese lion dance. In Chinese costumes. People wearing lion masks and Chinese costumes were putting on a spectacular dance performance. China is Yeonji's home country. She hasn't been back home for 2 years. She is living a dangerous life with no one to protect her. So she can learn the piano and achieve her dream of becoming a pianist. And make money to get her father and sister back. Yeonji is smiling and crying at the same time. She's forcing a smile. How could she smile after going through so much? I can't even understand her. Before I know it, I'm calling Yeonji's name. Yeonji! Yes? She answers, wiping away her tears. I'll help you. I'll help you find your father. Yes. You can become a pianist, and you'll get your sister back. So, don't give up, okay? Yeonji slowly nods. Okay. She answers with a forced smile. Okay, I will not give up. After that day, I began frantically searching out of information on illegal immigrants. Harun helped a lot. I found out through Harun that there was a support organization for illegal immigrants to help each other. Of course, their survival was always under threat, and they couldn't make themselves known. They were only known through the word of mouth between illegal immigrants. Yeah, we searched a whole week and finally got in touch with someone. That's good. So, did Yeonji get to meet her father? Well, Harun's voice sounds excited. So someone contacted me. He's almost a perfect match with Yeonji's description, and he has the same name. He also has a daughter. I'm pretty sure it's him. I think I'll be able to talk to him again tonight. I got his photo. We just need to meet with Yeonji and make check to be sure. Oh, that sounds great. Really? Okay. Then I'll take Yeonji to the restaurant tonight. Huh? Okay, my treat, okay? Okay, I'll see you later. I immediately turned to Yeonji. Yeonji. Yes? I think we found your father. Yeonji looks at me in shock. I catch my breath and continue talking. Harun was pretty sure we're going to meet her later and check out a photo that she has that may be of your father. Yeonji is silent for a while, then begins crying. I hug her and stroke her head in silence. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Wow, this place looks expensive. No, it's not that expensive. It's okay. Today's a special day and it's my treat. Oh, thank you so much to help. I stroke Yeonji's head. I take her inside the restaurant. Harun is late. Has something happened? She's hardly ever late for anything. I guess she'll be here soon. Yeonji. Yes? If you see a photo of your father, you'll be able to tell for sure, right? Even if his hair has changed or if he's wearing different clothes? Of course. There is no way that she wouldn't recognize him. Yeonji looks very excited and her cheeks are rosy. Today, we're just checking, alright? Oh yes, today we're just checking. Okay. She looks a little disappointed, but she tries to hide it. She is strong. I'm worried and continue talking. Harun said she was pretty sure it's almost certain, but there is a chance that, yes, he might not be your father, so, okay? I know. Yeonji gives a warm smile and nods. I could tell from her expression that she trusted me and Harun completely. First, we should order some food. I'll choose. Is that okay, Yeonji? Oh, of course. Yeonji probably doesn't know much about dining at restaurants. She'll feel more comfortable if I order for her. I order 3 steaks, including one for Harun. Harun will be here soon. She'll arrive while we eat. Okay, do you think... Yes? I'll be able to see Father? No, don't worry. Oh. Okay. She wants to ask a question, but hold herself back. She's very mature, I think to myself. At that moment, my phone vibrates. Can it be Harun? It's a text message. I'm in front of the restaurant. Can you come outside? Harun. Why isn't she coming in? I guess I have to go outside. Yeonji? Yes? Harun is almost here, but she can't find the restaurant. I'll bring her here, so will you wait here for me? Oh, okay. I left Yeonji in the restaurant and went outside. Something doesn't seem right. I didn't have to go far. Harun was standing right outside the restaurant. Huh? You're here? I thought you were having trouble finding the restaurant. Yeah, something doesn't look right. What's wrong? Taehook? Hanan's face has grown extremely dark. Looking at her, my face also grows dark. It's okay, just tell me. I put my hand on Hanan's shoulder. She bends her head down, still looking serious. What happened? To be honest, I can tell what Haran is about to say, but I am hoping it is something different. I truly hope it's something different. Yeonji's father, he passed away 6 months ago. 7 months ago, there was an explosion at the factory where he worked. He became injured, and then he eventually... What do we do? I don't think I can face Yeonji. I slowly lift my hand from Haran's shoulder. We haven't shown Yeonji the photo yet, so it could be someone else. But it wasn't someone else. There could be several people with the same name who came here with a daughter. He has to be. So we should check. He has to be Yeonji's father. I can't. But we have to. What are you going to say if Yeonji says that he is her father? What are you going to say? It's not the right time. We have to tell her the truth. We can't lie to her. Yeonji deserves to know the truth. Okay, I chose it's not the time, but I guess it's the other one. Okay. Damn it. How am I supposed to face Yeonji? I go inside the restaurant. Haran hesitates but soon follows me inside. So I guess either way, we're going to end up telling her the truth, but still. Hi, Haran. Oh, hi. Haran forces herself to smile at Yeonji. Yeonji looks at her face and her smile begins to disappear. I feel like I have to tell her before my expression changes. I turn toward Haran. Haran, check the photo. Go on. I urge Haran, and she reaches into her pocket. She takes out a photo. It is of a ragged looking man. I only catch a brief glimpse. But the man looks very similar to Yeonji. Yeonji, this photo. Huh? Oh, yes. Yeonji answers energetically. She takes the photo from Haran, looking as if she wants to jump up from her seat, then pulls the photo closer. Yeonji's face brightens, while Haran's face and mine grow darker. It feels like a slow-motion movie scene. Yeonji's eyes grow wider in delight and slowly looks towards me. She opens her mouth to speak. Taehook, it's father. This is my father. I feel like something is blocking my chest. I'm certain. I look a lot like him. This person is my father. What should I say? Oh, and he has a small scar on his left side of his chin. It's him. Haran quickly turns her head. Yeonji looks at me with her big eyes, her face still glowing with delight. She grins for a moment, then sees my expression and looks confused. And a few moments pass. Yeonji's face grows serious. It's also hard not to let the music get to you. I have to say something. I told Hanan that I would make something up. Oh. Hanan's head is still turned. I turn around and see that Hanan's shoulders are shaking. You see, my face was hot. Yeonji, you see, actually, my eyes suddenly begin to sting. A tear rolls down Yeonji's cheek. She knows. People can lie with their mouths, but not with their faces. Oh. Yeonji looks at me for a while, her shoulders shaking. She opens her mouth slowly, as if in slow motion. Oh, Seo, I'm okay. Suddenly, Yeonji starts to gaze around the restaurant. She picks up the fork in front of her. She picks up a lettuce with a fork and begins to eat. Thank you for bringing me to such a wonderful restaurant. Yeonji tries to look like she's eating something very delicious. Seo, Haran, thank you so much. Haran throws her arms around Yeonji. I can't say anything. Endless tears are streaming from Haran's eyes. I don't know where to look, and I bend my head down. I feel like I'll be overcome with emotion if I look at them. And I pour some liquor from the bottle in front of me. She was stronger than any kid or adult I knew. I was almost too ashamed to be in front of her. The difference between me and Yeonji wasn't simply the number of fingers. It was a strength and endurance. Yeonji tried not to be discouraged. She deliberately tried not to cry in front of me. She called me to say she found a job at another factory. I think it was Yeonji's way of keeping herself steady, trying not to let go of her dream, but still. Yeonji's voice is calm. Seok, yes, I have a new factory. Yes, I have a new job. Yes, 60,000 a month. Isn't that good? And the work is easy. I don't work with machines. They said I can just run simple errands. Oh, really? I see. Will you be okay? Okay. Oh, the factory? That's close to your house and it won't be dangerous. I see. You don't have to take me home every day. If I make this much money, I think I can get my sister back soon. I'm not going to give up. I shouldn't have left her alone. I'm standing by the window staring outside as usual, when I snap back to reality and realize that someone has been knocking on the front door for a long time. Who is it? I slowly walk to the front door. Yeonji. Yeonji. Yeonji is crying in the rain, looking at me. Yeonji. For a moment I look at Yeonji, unable to say anything. Yeonji is saying nothing, and is just looking at me. Seo. Yeonji looks at me with a hopeless expression. Her eyes have lost their sparkle. Tail. Yeonji's body shakes. It takes me a moment to regain my senses, and I look at Yeonji. I begin to speak. What happened, Yeonji? Hey, there now. I reach out to stroke Yeonji's head. When my hand is just about to touch her, no! Yeonji suddenly screams. My hand stops in midair. Yeonji? Oh, I'm sorry. She's shocked about something. A feeling of dread climbs in my spine. I gently comfort Yeonji and usher her inside. Her whole body is wet with the rain. First, take a deep breath. Here, look at me. Slowly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's better. Water is dripping from Yeonji's clothes onto the floor. I don't know why, but it seems like she has run to me through the rain without thinking about it. What happened? And what is this chill going up my spine? I take a towel that's hanging on the wall. I lift my hand to dry Yeonji's hair. Yeonji quickly moves away from my hand, with a shocked, horrified expression on her face. She looks at me for a moment as if she's scared, then the fear seems to subside. She returns to her old expression, smiling at me with tears running down her face. Oh, I'm sorry. There, 1, 2, 3, calm down. It's okay, here. Dry yourself with this, then wait here. I leave Yeonji in the living room and go to my room. I immediately call Holland on my smartphone. Hello? It's me. Hi, what's up? Can you come to my house for a bit? Yeonji's here, and she's soaked from the rain. Oh, and can you bring some underwear? And... Oh, okay, and... Don't worry. I toss my smartphone onto my bed. I draw a bath for Yeonji. She flinches when I get near her, even as she dries her hair. She makes an apologetic face, then cries, or smiles without tears flowing. Can you tell me what happened? Oh, I don't pry any further. Soon Harun arrives. Oh, hi. Just a second. Come here. I gesture at Harun before she can say hello. Harun sees me and her smile begins to fade. I close my bedroom door with Yeonji outside. Yeonji won't come near me. She's scared. Do you know what that means? Harun's face stiffens. Do you think she was raped? I've seen a raped girl before. She probably remember as well. Where was Yeonji before she came here? Judging by the time, I think she ran straight here. From the new factory. To help, don't you think you're being a little too sensitive? I do. Sorry, can you help Yeonji change into new clothes? She can take a bath later. What if she really was raped? We have to make sure nothing else happens to her. Okay. Harun leaves the room. I feel strangely calm. Yeonji is only 14. Only 14. She's only middle school age. No one in their right mind would take advantage of a girl in that way. But unfortunately, there are people in the world who do the things they shouldn't do. My hands began to shake. I remember a while ago, a usually outgoing girl came to me one day, and when I tried to pat her head in the usual way, she shuddered and began to cry. I hear something outside. I slowly open the door and enter the living room. I faintly hear Yeonji's voice from the bathroom. Harun, It's okay, Yeonji. Damn it. The factory manager, Yes. Yeonji's last words sound almost like a scream. Damn it. I run to the kitchen. I grab something and immediately dash out the house. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. At the time, I couldn't think about anything else. I just ran with the knife in my pocket. I knew where the factory was, and I ran like a madman through the rain. The only thought in my head was that I had to kill that guy. That kind deserves to die. Yes, but you'd rather see the guy suffer in prison and let the other prisoners there beat the crap out of him. But, eh. Luckily, the factory manager came outside as I arrived. I could tell he was the manager because the other workers were saying goodbye to him, calling him sir. I watched him for a few moments when he stepped into an alley and I hit the back of his head with as hard as I could. He collapsed straight away. It was near the factory, but it was quiet. It was a quiet area and there were hardly any people on the streets because of the rain. I started punching him hysterically. My mind was blank, and eventually I took out the knife. Ah! Taek, no! I've gone half crazy, but I hear Yeonji's voice. Yeonji runs towards me across from the street. She pushed me to the side. My mind is blank and I can't react in any other way but to fall over. No, it's not what you think. He just, nothing happened, really. I'm okay, I don't want anyone to die. Yeonji falls into my arms and cries. I stare blankly at Yeonji, and from the corner of my eye I could see Haran looking at me with tears running down her face. Taehyuk, this is our fault. We shouldn't have left her alone. It's our fault. The rain continues to fall. It's our fault. It's clearly actually it's my fault. Why did I leave her alone? I've seen how horrible people can be. So why did I leave this girl alone in such danger? Yes, it's my fault. The sound of the rain continues. I can hear thunder in the distance accompanied by the wind. My head is spinning. A lot of the drinks in front of me have disappeared. Seonji looks at me, then puts all the bottles in the corner of the room. I sit blankly for a moment. Haran is looking towards the window, still crying. Jisoo looks angrier than ever before. And Seonji is looking at each of us in turn with a puzzled expression. I suddenly feel tired. I slowly close my eyes. It's dark and I can only hear the voices of the girls. So, where is Yeonji now? I try to speak, but I can't move my lips. Huh? Am I that drunk? Why am I suddenly thinking about Yeonji so much? I continue my story, but I don't know if I'm actually telling the story or if I'm just thinking to myself. I feel dazed, but I begin telling the story. Maybe I want to tell the story to myself. I made Yeonji stop working at the factory. It's my firm belief that everyone has to live for themselves, but there are times when we have to make exceptions, even with the strongest beliefs. Yeonji, yes? Your dream is to become a pianist, isn't it? Yes. If you want to become a pianist, you have to listen to me and do what I say. Okay? Promise me that from now on, you won't hurt yourself like you hurt your finger. Promise me that you won't give up, and that you'll be strong until the end. Okay, I promise. It's a promise, okay? Okay, I promise. I won't ever hurt my fingers. No, you can't hurt yourself anywhere else either, okay? Make sure you don't hurt yourself. Okay, I promise. I won't ever give up. Hanan and I put our heads together to make a plan. Our plan is to send Yeonji back to China. Through a newly formed human rights organization for illegal immigrants. If money is an issue, I can sell some of my things. And if we put it together with my savings and Haran's savings, we can come up with a few million won. If I sell my computer and piano and put together with some money with Haran, we should have at least that much. Fortunately, Haran's parents are the executives of a large company and her family is wealthy, and Haran has decided to send money from her savings to Yeonji. This should be enough for Yeonji. She should be able to live in a reasonably comfortable life back in China. Above all, she won't have to stay in this damn country, and she won't get hurt anymore. I feel a sense of relief as I think about this. We should have thought about it earlier. If we had made such a decision a little earlier, it would have been so much better. Haran and I suggest to Yoonji that she would return to China. At first, Yoonji says that she won't go back. But eventually, after Haran's convincing explanation and at my persuasion, she decides to go. Yoonji shows me the bright smile that she always used to have. We don't know exactly how much debt Yoonji's sister was taken away for, but we will be able to help her from here. Haran and I are going to do anything we can help Yeonji live a happy life back in China. Yeonji doesn't have to live in this country always feeling threatened. We visit the human rights organization and told them about Yeonji. Soon Yeonji's departure date was finalized under the protection of the organization. Taeho. Yes. While I'm in Korea, I want to be at home. Oh. Why? I want to say goodbye to other people who looked after me. I also have a few things to pack. I had forgotten about the people in the shanty town. There were Mrs. Kim who took good care of Yeonji, and Yeonji probably wanted to thank her. Okay, go and say goodbye, pack up your things, and come back in 3 days. Then you can stay with me in Haran, and you can go back to China, okay? Okay. Yeonji smiles and returns to her home in the shanty town. We had a lot of things to talk about and prepare for with the human rights organization regarding Yeonji's departure. Luckily, the people at the organization were very kind and handled our situation as if it were their own. There are wonderful people living under the same sun. After getting to know Yeonji and finding out about what she had to go through, I was ashamed of being Korean. Many Koreans speak badly of Japan. To be precise, Koreans criticize the cruel actions of Japan. But what about the actions of Koreans? While criticizing the cruel actions of Japan from the Japanese invasion, Koreans were being equally cruel. To these illegal immigrants and people with human rights organization, people who've already suffered so much, in a demonstration to guarantee human rights for visa overstaying migrant workers, there was a banner with the words, "Please don't hit us anymore," written in Korean, and it made me hang my head in the shame. Han and I were able to finish preparations to send Yeonji safely back to China. One evening after the preparations, I was waiting for Yeonji. My smartphone vibrates and I slowly pick it up. Hello? Am I speaking to Mr. Taeok Seo? Is she trying to sell something? I think to myself as I try to find a reasonable excuse to hang up. I'm sorry, now is not the good time. We have a patient here and she has just regained consciousness. It's an emergency. She's been unconscious for 2 days. She's still not stable. You must come to the hospital quickly. What did you say? She has brown hair and she looks to be around 13 or 14 years old. We had no contact with her. But she's just woke up and gave us your name and her phone number. This is Excess Hospital. Please hurry. I hung up and ran out of the house. Oh, great. She was attacked. Either she did something to herself or something happened to her. Like some jerk attacked her. What happened to her? What happened? What happened in that short while? The hospital? Unconscious? An emergency? What happened? I can't think properly. When I come to my senses, I'm inside the hospital. I remember making a phone call to Haran on my way here. I ask a nurse where Yeonji is and run to her. I can't think. I don't feel anything. It seems like the world has turned completely dark. I can't wait for the elevator and start running up the stairs. I reach Yeonji's room. When I burst through the door, I find Yonji quietly lying on the hospital bed looking calm. Yonji! The doctor standing in front of me turns around and he walks slowly toward me. I ignore him and try to run towards Yonji. The doctor's strong grip catches me by the shoulder, and a nurse blocks the way, so I have no choice but to stop. Are you Mr. Teoxeo? Yonji, what happened? What happened to Yonji? She was brought here from the factory 2 days ago. The factory? There was an accident, and some crate stacks fell on top of her. She was crushed underneath from the waist down. It was already too late to do anything when she arrived here. All we can do is give her some anesthetic. I'm sorry to say this, but it's a miracle she's even regained consciousness. So, what's going to happen to her? This must be very sudden, but I think you should prepare yourself. If she has any other family, I'll contact them for you. She should be with her family during her final moments. I feel my energy drain away. I can't even beg the doctor to save Yonji, like they do in the movies and TV dramas. I'm struck speechless. I feel like an invisible weight is crushing my chest. Death. I lean against the wall as if fainting. The doctor says something else, but I can't hear him. Everything went dark. Teo. I run to Yonji. Yonji! Teo. 14-year-old kid, man. Yonji looks peaceful. And yes, I know it's just a story, but still. Yonji, this is a joke, isn't it? You look so calm and you're smiling. You can't be dying. The doctor is lying, isn't he? No, this is just a joke you're pulling before you leave for China, isn't it? Why'd you go back? Why'd you go to the factory? Before I go, you and Haram gave me so much. I was a burden. I wanted to buy you a small gift. I feel my throat close up. You didn't have to do that. I just... Still, Teo. I tried to keep our promise. Promise? I wrapped my finger. It's fine. Suddenly tears streamed down my face. 9 fingers. They're enough to become a pianist, aren't they? I can become a pianist. Don't you think so, Teo? I can't say anything. I don't know what to say. A look of pain crosses Yonji's face. Her eyes gradually lose their sparkle. Still, Yonji tries to hide her pain. She's staying strong right to the end. By the way, Teo. Yes? I'm really sorry. What for? You taught me how to play the piano, but I wasn't very good. I was silly to bother you like that. I actually knew that with only 9 fingers, I can't play. the piano. Gyeongji. But I feel like I could play if I was with you. I see. I should have given up. That way, I wouldn't have bothered you. But now, I have to give up, don't I? My chest tightened. Yeonji looks at me as she speaks through her heavy breaths. What should I say to her? Not to give up? That would be too cruel. There's no hope. To hang in there. There's definitely no hope. The ending is obvious. We have to face to face. We are to face with despair. What is the right thing to say to her? Should I tell her not to give up? Even at this moment? I begin shouting. I shout at Yeonji like impulsing. I'm pushing something out of my chest. Don't give up. Huh? Do whatever you can right to the end. We're going to have fun here. Talking to each other. Okay? Don't give up. Hang in there. We can talk together. Don't give up. Tail. I feel desperate. It is closer to desperation than anything else. I want to say goodbye to Yeonji with a smile. I want her last moments here to be happy. It's the only choice that It is the only choice that we have. Not to give up until the very end. So, what was the best thing that we did together? Oh, learning the piano? From you? That's right. You have to learn the left hand now, don't you? Oh, yes, the left hand, Tail. Yes. One more. Oh, that time at the amusement park. The parade. It was fun. That's right. I took photos of you. The photos turned out great, and I'm going to treasure them. I remember, Yeonji. I saw you crying that day. Yeonji, you look pretty when you cry. But even prettier when you smile. Yeonji doesn't speak anymore. I hold on to Yeonji's hand and keep on talking like a madman. Loud enough for her to hear. Yeonji's eyes, they have already closed. But I don't stop talking. Yeonji didn't give up until the very last moment. She dreamed of becoming a 9-fingered pianist. She didn't give up her dreams. And she fell into an eternal sleep. That was one heck of a story. A story about people's struggles. especially if you're a 14-year-old girl whose dream is to become a pianist, a 9-fingered pianist. It's despicable how some people can really are, or how people really are. Whether you're from another country, whether you're an immigrant without a visa, the struggles you have to go through. Whether you are or aren't an immigrant. And there's always going to be people out there who will take advantage of you for their own personal needs, being selfish and stupid. And those people just accepting the way it is, but just trying to make their own lives better by pushing themselves every day. I mean, it's even hard to try and find the right words to describe it without letting myself to be fully immersed in the story and letting the music get to me. I'm pretty sure anyone who would do this, they should be tearing up right now, because this story is full of emotions. But yet, always follow your dreams and never, ever give up. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your goals, no matter how hard it is. Keep going until the end. Keep fighting until the end. Stay strong until the end. Hold on. Yes? Yeonji. She didn't give up. No, she didn't. Do you think she was happy even for a moment? Yeonji didn't give up. She didn't give up her dream of becoming a pianist with only 9 fingers. She moved toward her dream with you. I think she was happy, at the least while she was with you. So, we can't give up when we have everything. If we do, then we don't deserve to see Yeonji. You're right. If I could see her again, could I expect a miracle? A new route has opened. Check out the different endings in the new game. So there is different endings to this. But if that was the actual ending or not, well, if you guys want me to keep going, to redo the story again in a different route, then let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, that is the end of Tears 910. It was a good, emotional story, And if I was to give my normal rating, I would give it at least, I would give this, it, screw it, it deserves an 8 out of 10 at the most. At the most, it deserves an 8 out of 10, so I recommend it. You can check it out on Steam. Tiers 9-10. Look for this little cute girl. Look for her cute face. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, especially if you want me to continue and see what the other ending is. I gotta go relax for a little bit. So, bye bye, and don't forget to bring the nachos. Peace.